Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody, and happy Monday. Welcome to another live here with me, your favorite nonprofit strategist, Asiya Nasir, founder of Utopian Enterprise Business Solutions and author of my book, Nonprofit Doesn't Mean No Profit, that you can see there, that you can purchase on Amazon. Why do I call myself the nonprofit strategist? Your favorite nonprofit strategist is because I come on each and every week to share gems and tips to truly help nonprofit organizations, no matter what stage they're in, whether they're just starting, at a crossroads, or even in their advanced stages. I come here to help you fully and truly fulfill your missions in real time. So that is what I do each and every other Monday. I come and I share my Monday motivational, tips and strategies to really help you thrive and move forward in your nonprofit organization. And this Monday is no different. So first, before I do that, I want to welcome all of my, followers that do tune in, listen in, faithfully. I want to thank you and welcome you back. And for those that are new to my channel, whether on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or on Instagram, thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to our live. And I'm hoping, I'm pretty sure that you're going to find some information here that's going to be truly vital to your organization moving forward, moving the needle. And as I mentioned before, fulfilling your mission in real time. So that is why people call me their favorite nonprofit strategist. So let's get right into this week's topic, which I think is extremely important, again, to a nonprofit organization. And that is from seat to service. And that is unlocking your power as a fundraising board member. So whether you're tuning in as the executive director, founder, or as a board member, this video is for you. And even for those that are aspiring, just thinking about starting a nonprofit organization, this is extremely important because one of the most important aspects of a nonprofit is an effective board of directors. If your board of directors is weak, your nonprofit organization is going to struggle. They're going to find themselves really behind the eight ball, trying to fulfill your mission, trying to sustain your organization and the services that you want to provide to the community. So it's really important that you tune in and listen to the strategies of unlocking the power that comes from fundraising as a nonprofit board. So a lot of times, board members, a lot of times nonprofit organizations, let's just start there. A lot of nonprofit organizations, they recruit incorrectly. They're not very selective with their recruiting process when they are looking for board of directors. They're looking for seats. They're looking for someone to fill the seat because the IRS requires that you have to have at least a minimum of 3 board of directors. Well, that's not the right way to go about it. A board of directors is a very exclusive group of individuals that are there to help you push and sustain your organization, to push the mission, to make sure that the mission is being fulfilled. And a lot of times, nonprofit organizations, they push board of directors as just decision makers. And while yes, nonprofit board of directors are there to, help decide things, help to move things along, make changes within the organization, to put, make decisions, executive decisions for the organization. That is one of their major roles. However, there are other roles that are not often talked about, and that is the fundraising of it. You can make great decisions, you can have all of the right intentions, but if you can't sustain your programs and if you can't sustain the services that you're looking to provide, your organization is not going to be able to thrive, much less assist anyone, right? So one of the things that's missed in the recruiting process is the conversation of one of the things that is a major expectation of a board member, and that is them being able to secure funding for your organization. How do they unlock the power of being a board member? So for one, when you are a board member and you make, you say that, there's some power behind that word. I am a board of director, or I sit on the board of this, organization. people look at you like, okay, that's a very important role for any nonprofit, whether it's aspiring, whether it's, just starting, or whether it's in its advanced stages. When you tell people that you sit on a board, that is a very, people understand that is a very important role. But yet they don't use that role to unlock the ability to fundraise for your organization. So what I want to do today is I want to give you four strategies, whether founder, executive director, or board of director tuning in. I want to give you four strategies of how you can turn that around, where you cannot, just have people sitting in the seat as board of directors, but actually servicing the organization, right? And actually securing funds and using the title board of directors, or I should say not use, but capitalize on the title of board of directors to unlock the power of fundraising. So strategy number one, and this should be part of the discussion when recruiting, and that's why I said part of the recruiting is typically not done correctly because the setting of expectations is not correctly done. One of the expectations should be that you're having this conversation with this potential board member is that one of the things that you are looking for a board of director to do is to embrace the ambassador role. Embrace the ambassador role. So as I mentioned before, a lot of people come in and they're like, okay, I'm here to make decisions for the organization, to come to board meetings and help make decisions for whatever the nonprofit is needing decisions made for. One of the things, aside from being a decision maker, is that a board member should understand that they are an ambassador for the organization. So when you are an ambassador of something, that means you're a representation of something. You are the spokesperson for that organization. You are the mouthpiece to that nonprofit organization. So what does that look like? When you're an ambassador for a nonprofit organization looking to unlock the power of fundraising, people should know that you're on the board. So as an ambassador of something, are you talking about it as social events? When people say, oh, tell me about yourself, or you just meet people and you're telling people are saying, what do you do in your free time? A lot of times we think just hobbies. And yes, that's part of the conversation. But we should also be sharing in our social settings when we're talking about what do we do in our free time, when people are talking about what they're passionate about. Are you mentioning the nonprofit board of nonprofit organization that you have a board seat on? Are you telling people about that in social settings? When you go to networking events, are you talking about your nonprofit board? So when people say, well, what is it that you do? Well, I do this, this, and that. And I also sit on the board of this amazing nonprofit organization, and you tell people about it. Are you talking about it? Are you talking about it? At networking events, do people know that you sit on the board? Do people know? Because that's a way of people getting to know you. What's important to you? What are you passionate about? Are you a community activist? Are you or advocate? Are you someone who cares about the community in which you live in or serve in or work in? Right? So that is a way to make connections to people, because sometimes it's not just, some people think I'm going to connect at this networking event based on the job, and I think I can help you, or I think we can help each other. Sometimes the connection is the social or the communal synergy that you have. Oh, wow, this is someone who shares the same beliefs and the same values that I have, shares the same concerns that I have. So are you talking about your seat on that board at your networking events? Are you sharing it on social media? I think almost everyone, especially those that are in business, have some social media page, whether it's Facebook, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever it is. Are you sharing with people that, the events that are coming up, things that are happening with your board, things that you're excited about with the organization? Are you sharing it on your social media page, or are you mute? Are you mute? Right? So that should be something that you're doing. You're an ambassador. You're talking, you're bringing in awareness and a visibility. So sometimes it's not in the moment of asking. Well, I fundraise, I ask for money. Sometimes it's not in the specific ask all the time, but just bringing an awareness. Because your colleagues, do they know that you sit on the board? Do your friends and family on your social media page know that you sit on the board? They support you in everything else. Why are they not supporting you in your mission, in your cause, and in your passion? Do they even know that you have this passion or that you sit on this board? And a lot of times that can be done through your social media page. Just bringing an awareness, just bringing a visibility that this is something that you hold very dear, and that's something that is so important to you. And hey, you just want to invite people to this upcoming event. You're not asking for any money. Go follow, our page, so you can learn about all the amazing work that we're doing. So you're not asking for money, but you're bringing an awareness that could potentially bring in monetary gain to the organization, right? In your bios, when people say, oh, please send me your bios, or when they're making an introduction, is one of the things that you mention that you want to have said when they're introducing you or in your bios. Does it show that you are a board member of this amazing organization? So those are all ways in which you can be an ambassador, bring a visibility and an awareness to your organization, because you never know who's reading that bio, who's at that networking event, who's at that social event, who's looking on your social media page that may be a connect to a monetary donation, or maybe someone just came in on a windfall of money, tax return time, anything. And they have money, and now they see that this is something, and they're a friend, a colleague of yours. You didn't ask for any money, but just the visibility and awareness that you provided now changed the game for that nonprofit organization to be able to gain monetary money for the organization, a way of fundraising. That is one of the ways. Being an ambassador is where you unlock your power as a fundraising board member. So that's strategy number one. Strategy number two is what I call connect before you ask. A lot of times when we're told that we need to fundraise, or that we need to mention, as I was saying before, on social media, networking events, or social events, we feel that we have to ask. We have to just ask, say the ask. That's pretty awkward. Imagine someone, aside from obviously, someone who's homeless, someone who we can see is in dire need. Aside from that, how awkward is it for someone to just walk up to someone who's a stranger, someone that they barely know, someone they have no camaraderie with, no, background with, and you just ask for money? Someone just asks you for money. That would seem pretty awkward, wouldn't it? And a lot of times, as fundraising board members or volunteers or anything like that, we just go for the ask because we're looking to raise money. So when I talk about strategy number two, being connect before you ask, I'm talking about focusing on building a relationship with that individual, with that corporate sponsor, with that community. Are you building a relationship with them, before asking for money? Just ask them to come to an event. Just come out and, check us out, learn more about what we're doing in the community. We'd love to see you there. We're sharing some vital information to the community, and I would like for you to come. Just asking. Does your organization have a newsletter? Do you share the newsletter with people that you're looking to potentially give to your organization, and giving them information about what it is that you're doing? Are you learning about them and what they do? What position do they hold? What business do they run? What company do they work for, and how valuable are they to that company? What's their passion? What do they enjoy? Their family, things like that. Building a relationship before you ask for anything, because not for nothing, people give to who they trust, especially when we're talking about nonprofit. There's so many nonprofits out here, that are asking for money. Some great organizations, grassroots as well as well-known, asking for money. Why should they give to your nonprofit organization? Have you built a relationship with potential donors, or is it just an ask, right? Is it just that we're asking for money, or is this something that we are building a relationship because we want the nonprofit organization to be a friend to the community? So when we're talking about being a fundraiser, people that you meet, are you looking to get to know them? Reach out to them, share videos with them, share updates, things that are happening with you, with this organization, amazing things that are happening. If it's a news clip or anything like that, are you sharing it with people that you are getting to know? Say, hey, remember I told you about that board, about that organization that I sit on the board? Hey, this amazing thing just happened. I'm so excited. I'm just sharing it with all my friends and family. Not asking for anything. Just by bringing an awareness and a visibility and growing the relationship, building the relationship, showing an interest in that potential donor, that could make the difference in that person now saying, hey, I want to give to this organization, or I want to make an introduction to someone that I think can help your organization, right? So that's strategy number 2, is building relationships. And that's so important in the nonprofit sector. So strategy number 3 is fundraise through personal storytelling. Now, this is my favorite because I've been told I'm a great storyteller. So I love telling stories and I love to hear great stories, right? Who doesn't like to hear an amazing success story? Who doesn't love a happy ending, right? So as a board member, you have so many opportunities to tell, the recipient stories. But what about your story? Why do you serve on this organization? Why do you serve on the board of this organization? What drew you to this organization? What are the amazing things that you've seen firsthand that this organization has done for people, for the people that your target audience, for your village, your tribe that your community that you're looking to serve? What is your why? Have you shared that story? And it doesn't have to be long and drawn out. We're talking about 2 minutes. We're talking about 2 minutes max, right? About why you join this organization, why you serve on the board, why you take your free time to support, to promote, to share, to be an ambassador for all of the things that we're talking about. Why do you do it? What are the amazing things that you've seen? How this organization has touched lives and have changed and transformed lives. Are you sharing that story? Right? Because people give to nonprofits based off of an emotional connection. When you sit up here, why do you think St. Jude's is so great at sustaining their cause and what they're doing? Is because they share the stories. You hear the stories from the children, you hear the stories from the doctors, you hear the stories from the parents, you hear the impact that St. Jude's is doing to everyone involved, from board member to the children that they're saving, the children that they are helping to extend their lives longer than would have been expected, and sometimes go into remission. Those are the stories that make people want to give $19 a month. It's not just them asking, it's them showing the impact that $19 can make. Is your organization, are you as a board member, are you sharing your why? Are you sharing your personal experience with that nonprofit organization and sharing the impact that it's made to you as well as to other people? That only takes 2 minutes, because when you're speaking from the heart, you don't need a script. You're just speaking from your experience, what you've seen, what draws you to keep serving on that board. That there's no better way to garnish, monetary help, support, introductions, resources, is by telling your personal story. So if you haven't done so already, or if you're a founder or an executive director and you haven't had your board members do that, get them to do one and start sharing it on your social media pages. Have them share it on their social media pages so people can see the impact and how it's impacted them as an individual sitting on your board. That is priceless. That is priceless. So going now to our last strategy number 4, how a board member can go from just having a seat on the board, but actually servicing the board and unlocking their power as a fundraising board member. This is strategy number 4. And the last one, last but not least, is lead by example. Now, this one ruffles a little feathers for some reason, and I'm not sure why, because it is a proven strategy in everything that we do. When you lead by example, what do I mean by lead by example? You have to ask yourself, if you're a founder, if you're an executive director, or if you're on the board, do I give money to this organization that I speak so highly of? Do I monetarily support this organization? Does my organization require me to? So if you're a founder, you should be, or if you're an executive director, you should be making a requirement that your board members, one of the expectations and one of the requirements to sit on the board is that they personally donate. And that can be an annual goal that the organization gives. Each board member, it doesn't matter, 500 a year, 1,000 a year, 1,500 a year, whatever the amount is that your organization deems appropriate, should be something, an expectation. And why is that? How are you asking people to support something that you're not supporting? You ever hear the term, put your money where your mouth is? There it is. I'm telling you this amazing, I'm telling you my personal story. I'm telling you my why for sitting on I'm telling you about the transformation, but you're not supporting, knowing that an organization, especially a nonprofit, cannot be successful without monetary donations. So if you believe in this cause, how much more is your plea for donations and support going to be when you're not giving yourself? See, when you give yourself, you're vested, you're invested in this organization, not just with your time, but with your money. And when you are invested with money as well, your passion for speaking about how important this work is, the fact that you can speak with confidence in saying, I give to this organization. So not only do I give my free time, but I believe so much in this cause that I also monetarily support this organization because I want to ensure that these programs and services are sustainable. And I'm asking you to help me. How much more passionate and confident can you actually ask for support and donations and not being a hypocrite to what you're saying, right? I'm doing it too. I'm supporting too, and I'm asking you to do the same because the work that we're doing is that important, right? So when you give to the mission and when you share that you do that as well, it gives a different, hey, you know what? I should give to this organization. Wow, they are doing amazing things, from your personal stories to you giving, to you being an ambassador and talking about it in social settings. And doesn't mean you got to talk about it 24/7. But I'm saying when it is appropriate, are you mentioning these things? So all of these strategies are amazing strategies for your nonprofit board members to be able to secure funding for your organization. That is one of their primary, if not primary responsibility, is to secure funding for your organization. And if they're not doing any one of these 4 strategies, they're not doing that. They're missing the mark. And that's doing a disservice to the organization and, more importantly, to the recipients that you're looking to help, because you're not going to be able to sustain yourself. And then there won't be a need for decision making because your organization won't be in existence, unfortunately. So those are the 4 strategies that I wanted to share. Take a look, reflect on this, look at your organization. We're already going soon into we're in 3rd quarter right now. The year is almost over. We're in the halfway mark already, right? Is your organization on target? Are my board of directors doing this? Are my board of directors engaged and supporting and actually being an active role in securing funds? Or is it just a one woman or one man show going on here? Right? And if you find that this is an area of improvement, then make this part of your itinerary for your next board meeting. So that way you can start, you can always retrack, get everybody on track, and then move forward on the same page. This is extremely important for your organization. The recipients, the community that you're looking to serve is depending on it. So don't miss this mark. Don't miss this opportunity. And if you as board members are like, I need to improve in this area, set the example by doing it, taking the initiative, bringing it up at the board, to the executive director, that this is something that needs to be discussed and that this is something that you're going to take a lead on and that you are going to invite the other board members to do the same. Take an active role for your organization. Take an active role to ensuring that you are fulfilling your mission in real time. So that is what I wanted to share with you this Monday. If you like the content and you like the information that you heard today, please like, whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or YouTube, please like this video and share it with someone that you know. This is going to grow this content and ensuring that organizations that are looking for this type of content can reach, because the algorithms are going to go up. So that's all I'm asking. I'm sharing some free gems here with you, and all I ask in return is that you like the information and share it. Tag a friend and ensure that they get this vital information so that their organization and their mission that they believe in is actually sustainable. So until the next live, here with me, Asia Nasir, on our Monday motivational lives here for nonprofit organizations. Stay tuned, because in 2 weeks I will be back to share another live here with you to hopefully help you get your organization from surviving to thriving. See you in 2 weeks.